How much time do you usually spend, researching the person or thinking about what kind of value would be good for them, or like preparing basically for that email or that connection? How much time would you say is fair to invest into that one connection?
So there is the research part to research who you're going to reach out to. That can take a while depending on what your goal is. And then for me, there is the outreach section when you actually write the email or the message. And to be honest, it can take a while if you want to write the good email that doesn't look like a template and that's really around that people and what you're going to ask them. And
Okay.
yeah, and do you have any because you reach out to many people for your show? Do you have any other like pieces of advice you could like to share?
Well, I think my one main idea that I'd like to connect to what you're saying is, when you're saying about giving value, for me with this show, Business Growth Geniuses and the 4 different topics that we cover, the offer in itself is valuable because it gives a platform for people to gain some visibility. Being interviewed also flatters their ego. It's a good offer, right? It's something that's perceived as quite valuable. You're asked to be on a show, it means, okay, like you feel important and you might get some traction from that, right? So in itself, I think the offer is interesting, but it just goes along with what you're saying about providing value, right? That's one way to provide value. And in your case, you mentioned, sending an article that could be helpful for them or something else. But I think having something of actual value to them, whatever that is, and maybe adapted based on the person, makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, and I'm doing the same. I mean, like I have a interview series on my blog where I've interviewed Vin Clancy, Aaron Aegis, who you've also interviewed. And tomorrow I have an interview coming up with Nomadic Matt, who was the biggest travel blog. So it's always nice to build those relationships even outside your usual zone, I'd say.